Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome to the first episode of HotPlate. I'm Andrew J, and we're here today at Dogma Brewery in Half Moon Bay, California, which is my hometown. This is my favorite place to go get some beers. They do a great job with all of their beers, and I'm super excited to show it to you. Let's go. All right, so the first thing we're gonna start with on this episode is a tour of the brew room, right back there. You can see the cans down there. They're going, they're moving. We're gonna take a look inside, let's go.
But really, yeah, just give me the tour, man. Introduce yourself.
Show you how it works. I'm Jesse. I'm one of the brewers here at Dogma. Welcome to our brew house. I'm going to give you a quick little run through of what a brew day looks like, so you can see what each tank does.
Let's do it.
Starts over here. This guy here is a grain mill, so we'll actually dump sacks of grain in there. Cracks open all the grain, runs through a flex auger up here over my head, which runs all the way up over and across. All the grain gets mixed in there. There's an agitator and a rake in there that mixes it all up. You're essentially making a giant pot of oatmeal. Once it does its thing in there for a little while, we'll separate the liquid from the grain. We have a sliding false bottom here. We fill the grain out. The wort, the unfermented beer, will actually transfer from this vessel to that vessel right there, which is our brew kettle.
What are we looking at down here?
So this is our kettle. So the wort or the beer is boiled in here, and this is where any other additions go in, hops, any other ingredients we might be adding depending on the style. Boils in there for a set amount of time depending on style. Once it's done its thing in here, it's again another transfer. We'll actually go through this device here, which is a heat exchanger. So it'll enter at boiling temperature and come out about 60 or 70 degrees.
Okay.
In one pass.
Wow.
It's delivered to one of these tanks with the conical bottoms on it. Those are our primary fermenters.
That's the point. The man himself, Dan the man himself, the owner. Yep, swabbing the deck.
He's cleaning for once. This is great. 10-barrel brew house. We have most of our tanks are 10-barrel fermenters. We do have a few smaller ones for smaller batch or experiments. These are 7 barrels here. And then we got our big boy over there, which is our 20-barrel tank. And that makes pretty much nothing but Alpha Dank IPA.
That is a big boy. That's the dedicated Alpha Dank one, huh?
That's the Dank tank.
The Dank tank. I love it.
And
Gotta keep the Alpha flowing. That's their main one, the flagship.
that's our brew house. I'll show you my favorite spot.
All right.
Is up. Well, light just went on. Which is our walk-in, and it's usually filled to the brim with hops and beer. Lots and lots and lots of beer.
That's where the magic lives, right?
And when it gets really hot in here on a brew day, which it does, I go in there and I just kind of like take my sweater off. And just
That's the way to do it.
cool myself off. Research and development station. Laboratory.
Oh yeah. The direct source of the goodness.
Test our beers on there, carbonation levels, things like that.
Yeah.
All right, that was an awesome tour, and now we're gonna get a little pre-screening, pre-tasting at the tap room, because we're special like that, I guess, I don't know.
I'm Dan.
Right, and what do we got today in terms of this flight that we're gonna be doing?
Well, this is a pretty good variety of a little bit of everything we do. A lot of lagers on here, which have been pretty award-winning for us recently, and some of our favorites.
A lot of these are one-offs. We have some semi kind of regular flagships. The Alpha Dank IPA, which we'll get to. I mean, that's as close to a flagship as we have. But
the Old Keller down here as well.
Yeah.
Pilsner.
But a lot of them are one-offs, and just playing around with ingredients and whatever we have that's fresh.
All right, guys, let's actually let's try these now. Which one should we start?
I'd probably start on this flight. These are more the lighter beers.
Yeah.
Then it gets hoppier, and then more alcoholic and just palate wrecking in general. This is our old Keller Pilsner, which is a German-inspired Keller style Pilsner. So it's completely unfiltered, despite how clear it is.
Yeah, it's awesome. I don't like Pilsners generally, but I like it doesn't have so much of a skunky bite. Like it's a cleaner, crisper bite than than a crap Pilsner, than like a domestic Pilsner.
Right. A lot of the import Pilsners too, the green bottles and all that. They have a skunky quality to them.
All right, it was delicious. Let's talk about this next one here. What do we got next in the lineup?
That's our smoked lager. This is one of Dan's.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites, and it's a polarizing style. Anything with smoke in it, just people love it or hate it. I'm on the love it side. It's you'd find these most traditionally in like Bamberg, Germany, type of that's a very famous style coming out of that region of Germany, and it's essentially, we brew it like it's a very light German lager, like a Helles style lager, with a touch of smoke malt in there.
I probably shouldn't have drank it before, had a sip before I showed it to you guys, but it was too good.
I actually really like it a lot.
It's an interesting beer too, because I mean, technically speaking, I think it's one of the best beers we make. But like Dan is saying, it is very polarizing. Me personally, I don't really enjoy smoked beer, but I can really appreciate the quality of that beer, and it's definitely something very unique. The smoke, the smoke flavors incorporated in, like Dan was saying, we use beechwood smoked malt, and that's actually just malt that beechwood smoke has actually been run through. So it flavors it very potently, and it doesn't take much to get that much smoke characteristic in it.
All right, what do we got next?
And next one's a Schwarzbier. It's a dark lager, dark German lager, and. It's really fun. It's actually our first attempt at it ever. That one just picked up a gold at the Best of Craft Beer Awards.
Not bad for the first brew.
Seriously.
But it's not overwhelmingly roasty, despite its color. A lot of people see that and they think, oh boy, this beer is going to be really rich or really overwhelming. But it's just a very light beer that's just full of flavor.
Yeah, very cool. I just want to note that the Taproom has opened since we've been in here. So we're getting everybody in. We're going to keep this an organic experience, don't worry. What do we got next on the list?
That's Mr. Mustard March.
Mr. Mustard. I wanted to ask you about this when I tried it last time. First of all, it's really good. Second of all, where's the name from? Is it from the Beatles song, Mr. Mustard?
Well, it's actually, Kyle's hiding right now, but it's named after one of our other brewers, Kyle. We took a kind of famous picture of him out in the mustard fields. And we just don't want to let him live it down, and so we call him Mr. Mustard March.
Okay, it's a nickname-based one. One of those. I remember Jesse's Fault from back in the day. There was one of those too. Good. You got to keep that going. Keep the traditions rolling.
One flight tasted. We're gonna move on to the next one. Round 2.
Over here is actually our most popular, best-selling beer. That's the Alpha Dank, and that's the one that we always try to have in cans as well. And that is our flagship IPA right there.
It's one of the first. I mean, I would say it's actually we were one of the first breweries to really go all Pilsner malt for our IPA a while back, just because we were really trying to jump on the trend of light body and let the hops kind of shine. That one stood the test of time. We've retired a lot of beers over the years, but I think people would chop our heads off if we retired that. But a lot of the aroma and flavor that you're getting is from really fresh Citra, Mosaic, and Simcoe hops, and we call that the Holy Trinity.
Holy Trinity, kind of the foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next one. What do we got now?
So the next one that's Marriage Material. That's it's our hazy beer at the moment. That's that one. We use what we like to call an expressive, yeast blend on there. Much of the aroma that you're getting is due to the yeast that we use, and it's a combination of kind of two of our favorite hoppy yeast.
Particular yeast blend that we use in there actually exhibits what a lot of people would immediately think of as a hoppy aroma or flavor. So it's It's really
kind of a false hop there.
yeah,
is what you're saying?
it's what I would call a yeast-driven beer. It's not just the hops, and it's what does set it aside from, say, one of our clearer IPAs like this over here, which uses a much more neutral yeast. So all of that fruit flavor, or resin, or citrus or whatever you might be getting in there that's 100% hop derived. Whereas this, so much of that IPA or floral characters, fruity characters, the stone fruits, the tropical fruits, the pineapple, coconut, all sorts of stuff going on in the hazier beers. A lot of that is we attribute to the yeast that we use in there.
Let's move on to the next one, guys. What do we got next?
I got the Smile Medication. So, quickly becoming flagship double IPA, I would say. We've done this one several times now. It's a fan favorite. Clocks in around 8.2%. And there's something about the makeup of this beer that it's tremendously consistent. I would say it's just. It's all of the percentages of the grist and everything. It's remarkably consistent over time. Whereas some other beers that you can sometimes struggle to get them just right.
There's something about I was just thinking the other day about a beer that size, and it's pushing the upper limits of some of our equipment when you start getting a higher alcohol. But for whatever reason, that beer behaves really well in our system. It's just like a really everything's balanced just really well for that.
Finish off with the grand
moving
finale.
Over here is a much larger beer.
Yes.
So speaking of challenges to make, that is an imperial stout. It's a relatively sweet imperial stout. We've brewed drier styles. This is definitely one of the fuller ones that we've made. So yeah, that's definitely putting our system to the limit right there. And that one clocked in 10.8. Our drier imperial stouts can get even higher alcohol than that with the same grain weight, just based on the attenuation. But that one's fantastic. We actually have two bourbon barrels right now full of that exact batch of beer that we'll be revisiting in a little while.
All right.
It really does. It has dark fruit.
Yeah, it's got like a dessert quality to it.
Yeah,
it really does.
A rich chocolate cake with dried fruits.
I definitely get dried fruits.
You get a raisin, caramel, all that quality, but there's also a significant amount of roast.
We've had several people that swear this is barrel aged, and it's like, nope.
They'll
see
swear there's like chocolate in there, or bitter chocolate or something like that. But it's not. It's just all malt derived. And side note, stouts are unquestionably one of my favorite styles, but also my favorite styles to brew, if for nothing else, just the aroma that's in the brewery, like when we brew that.
Oh yeah, it's
everything
like
about
a cafe,
it.
Right?
Yeah, I know. You just walk in, it smells like coffee's being roasted or something like that.
All right, guys, we made it all the way through.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Totally.
Come find us.
Thank you very much, guys.
Sounds good.
Thank you for your help for the tour too.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do that even outside of filming, so it was dope. So we already talked with the brewers, who are awesome and who are the homies, and gave me free beer, so I can't complain. But I also want to talk about the bartenders and bartendresses of Hop Dog.
That's right.
who are the people that make the day-to-day experience for most people so amazing. And I'm here with Ella Harp. Say hi, Ella.
Hi.
Ella, you're kind of like the musician queen of this place, and I always like the music best when you come in. I just wanted to plug you really quickly for your music, because it's beautiful. And
Awesome.
Ella Harp actually plays the harp.
I play the harp and the banjo. I'm a singer-songwriter. You can find me on Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, all those things. If you look for Ella Harp, one word. It's me.
She's so good. Like, I'm not kidding. She's really good. But I also wanted to ask you very quickly, briefly, beer interview. What is your favorite beer that we have on the menu right now on tap at Hop Dog?
On tap right now, a surprising one for me because I'm not usually a big IPA fan, but the Sincerely El Dorado is so good.
The Sincerely El Dorado? My favorite is probably the Marriage Material.
Yeah.
But Sincerely El Dorado is very good. They're all super good. Also, what is your favorite, what's your favorite beer here ever since you worked here? You worked here for like 3.5 years, 2.5 years?
2.5 years, yeah. It's kind of a tie. We had a barley wine. I can't remember the name of it, but it was so good. It was like 10% alcohol. It's amazing. And then the Roggen beer that used to be the Rock Beer, and then it became the
Joe Rogan
beer experience, and that was very good.
That was awesome. Thank you very much. Ella's just one example of why I love to come here. What makes this place so good is the bartenders, the atmosphere, the vibe.
All right, that was awesome. Thank you all for joining me on the first episode of HotPlate. Hopefully we're gonna go do some ramen or some Asian style cuisine next. I do also want to note I'm walking back out to the parking lot. I am not about to drive my car though, because you need to drink responsibly, get a designated driver, don't drink and drive, always be safe. Thanks a lot, and I hope to see you on the next one. Peace.